Hi all, so I'm coming to you from my living room couch. I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit so that you guys can actually get to know the person behind the businesses. Um, as you all know, my name is Danet van Rooyen. I am currently engaged to my partner Rian Besaidner. We have been together for yes since 2016. We've been engaged since 2017. We have a little boy, his name is Zane, and he turned 2 last month actually. Um, yeah, sure. Where to start? Um, I actually studied in Northwest University, Potch, for BCom Entrepreneurship and Business Management. Um, and it was a 4-year study. I started with engineering, but then realized it wasn't for me, so I moved to entrepreneurship and business management, which actually was part of um, the things that I enjoy and what I'm good in actually. So what then happened is I met Rian on Facebook. Yeah, he was a mutual friend. We had one mutual friend, and we got talking and we had our first date at a Halloween party in Potchefstroom, where I dressed myself as a fallen angel. I will try to put a pic in the comments. And he dressed as a military guy with an airsoft gun. If you guys know airsoft, you know it's fun. You know it hurts like hell, but it's fun. And yeah, within 3-4 months time, we actually moved in together because I was just finishing up my studies and got my degree, and now I was trying to find a job. Business management, entrepreneurship, you would think it would be easy, but it isn't, because the job market out there expects you to have 30 years experience or 10 years experience, and I was just starting out. I was studying full-time, but I did actually do part-time jobs like promotion and sales and stuff like that, but it was part-time, and it was, stuff like Platinum Life, if you ever heard of it. Yes, I was a person that called you. I stood in a Vodacom selling Sony phones. I gave out pamphlets at one of the big, can I say it, expos in Porch. So with all of this going on, I still didn't have enough work experience to actually do the thing that I wanted to do, which is become a business manager and entrepreneur. Oh my goodness, they're just going everywhere today. Yes, I'm not wearing makeup because I am currently a stay-at-home mom. I did, however, find work within 4 or 5 months of searching, and in the meantime, Maria and I actually wanted to sort of just start our life together. In February, he asked me to marry him. Got a ring. He proposed to me. I know it's gonna sound corny, but it isn't actually. He's actually quite romantic. So we went to Sarakini Court and we went to watch 50 Shades of Grey. I think it was darker. Yeah, 50 Shades Darker. The one where they actually get engaged. And just before the movie, we got in, and which is the funniest thing, we sat down next to, we call them the Desperate Housewives, because they were telling us, oh, you shouldn't marry, you shouldn't get married, it's not good, you're all divorcees. Nothing against people like that, but yeah, I think it ruined the mood for Rian. And I was just like, I myself never really wanted to marry, but when I met Rian, I just knew. And I wasn't expecting at all, and he was just like, listen, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was frustrated because I just told him, go to the bathroom because it's going to be a long movie. And in the middle of the thing was just like, oh no, sorry, I have to go to the bathroom. Just before the movie started. I mean, the intro was about to start. And so then what happened is he got up and A few minutes passed, and he came down with all its technical guys. They all were each holding one red rose. Now all of the technical staff was there. And this was the opening night of 50 Shades Darker. So then what happened is, let me just move this here. So then what happened is, yeah, they called me out, and first it was like everybody was inside and called like, oh, everybody's getting roses, but they weren't. And then later somebody actually shouted, oh, it's a proposal, and he went on his knees, and I cannot tell you what he said because I was already first thing bursting into tears and just shouting, yes, yes. And yeah, I really can't remember what he said. I have no idea what he said. It was a lot of promises, but I really don't know. And yeah, we were engaged. We didn't ask my parents. He didn't ask my parents at all. But it was, in the end, I know it's the proper thing to do, but in the end, he's not marrying my parents, he's marrying me, and it was fine, because in the end we actually got to telling them. They were mad for a little bit, but then they realized the type of person he was, and that he was actually not a bad guy, probably one of the best guys I've actually had in forever. So yeah, so then yeah, we got engaged and we moved in together. We made about 40,000 rand worth of debt, just on my part, not even on his part, to actually start a life together. And it was probably the stupidest thing that you can do, is to open a credit card when you just started out. And yeah, so we went to we moved in together. We bought furniture, bought utensils, bought pots and pans. Yeah, we bought everything we needed to start a life together. Nobody could help us financially, and I was just starting out myself in employment. I didn't go to it's the first time that I had employment, and I was previously employed at, I'm not sure if you guys know the place, TV and Video Doctor. They've basically fixed TVs and videos and machines, and they do sometimes the occasional microwave, but your TVs in general, and DSTV installations. And I was there. I started in sales, or as they call it, sort of like a receptionist, and I quite enjoyed it. It was very, very nice. Nice people to work with, great community, people were always there with each other. But I figured that it wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted more in my life. I didn't want to be in retail. It's not the thing that I wanted to do. I want to have my own hours. I want to do my own thing. I want to enjoy my weekends. And yeah, at least I had to work at least twice, 2 weekends in a month. So when in the end, when I got another option, or not another opportunity, because we were just moving out into our own place, and somebody called me and said, listen here, I saw your CV, I need you to come in, you have exactly what we need. And I was like, yes, business opportunity, let's go. Got to the interview. It was an advertising and marketing company that actually does designs and printing and so on. Oh, so they did usually do it, but they were starting to be bought out by Business Print, which is a very, very big, huge printing company in Gauteng. And it was also nice to work there. I met a lot of people, got to know a lot about the industry when it came to design and marketing. Really enjoyed it. Tough hours, because my partner was working all the way in Montana at that stage, and I was in Hatfield. We lived in Waverley, so I had to be at work at like 6 in the morning, and with the hours and the fact that I couldn't take any work home, I worked until 8 p.m. at night. And then was always there for me. Was always there supporting me, like, you know what, you do what you have to do, it's fine. You're enjoying it, you're doing it, you're doing the best you can. But it was draining. You had to figure out whose personality, you have to keep happy, because everybody in the workplace has their own personality, their own demeanor, their own way of doing things. Sometimes they have an off day and they just take it out on you for no reason, and you're just there like, I did nothing wrong, but it's okay. So TV video doctor actually called me again, and he was like, the manager, CEO there was, listen here, we miss you. I actually made a training manual for someone to take my place there before I left, and I enjoyed that immensely. I actually figured that writing manuals was one of the things that I really, really wanted to do. And he said the other manual helped them a lot. But listen, there's an opening space coming. He wants me back. They did very well with me, and I went back. And this time as a sales manager. Long story short, it didn't plan out. He went to, I think, America or UK for a few months, and I sort of had to run the show in a way. Not having enough work experience, but knowing the industry very, very well, but also having to fire people, which is not something that I wanted to do, but I had to do it. And all of that was basically left in my plate. So in the end, I stopped working there, and I was jobless. I'm also homeless. I wasn't homeless. I was jobless for about 4 or 5 months after that, which was tough because now we had all this debt that I made, that I can't pay, and we were living in a place that we have to pay for, and we have expenses, and I'm homeless and just Rian and me. And yeah, in the end I went like into a depressing whirlwind, downhill, all the way downhill. But it's fine because I'd made the stupidest decision ever to buy myself 2 pet rats. Thought that was going to help. It didn't. It just became more work for me to look after while I was looking for work. And I sent almost 50 to 60 CVs out per day for 4 or 5 months. In the end, Rian's mother, my mother-in-law, and we have a really great connection. She's also an entrepreneur herself, has her own stationery supplies, office supplies, you name it, she gets it for you company. And she's a solopreneur. Literally, she does everything on her own. And she managed to get a CV into Mediclinic midstream, where they called me and they said, listen, we got the CV on our desk. We have no idea how it got here. But listen, can you come in for an interview? I'm like, yes, I can. But the first thing that popped into my head was, it's all the way in midstream. I'm in Waverley. It's at least a 30-minute drive. That's without traffic. But it's fine. I went for the interview. It went very well. Got the job. Started to work in obstetrics as the unit admin assistant and stock manager. So, you know, the gloves and the syringes and the needles and the drips, everything that gets put on you in hospital, that's the stuff that I stocked in the ward, and I very, very much enjoyed it. Then in the end I moved to pediatrics. They had an opening there. They already had 2 UAAs in obstetrics, so I saw my opportunity to do my own thing in peds, where I could actually do both and do my own thing and have my own procedures to do things and still, you know, be sort of a success in that. And yeah, so that was very, very fun. I really much enjoyed that. And I worked at Mediclinic for, I'm gonna lie now, but I think it was from 2017 to 2020, so almost 3 years. And I very much enjoyed it. It was very nice. I got to learn a lot about health and safety and hygiene and the procedures that they follow and the medications that they give. What type of medications will they give? What drugs will they prescribe? What type of needle goes in and why? You know, everything. It was so interesting just to get to learn that whole field, and to chat with the doctors, to actually get to know them, and to see what their take is on everything, and why they do what they do, and just get to know the people that they are, because you as a client only see the doctor. The people that work with them every day see their personalities, their families, the people they are, how much they love and support their patients, and how much the work they actually put into trying to heal you with the best knowledge that they possibly can. So that was very, very fun to work there. So in the end, I took a nice little vacation for almost a month. I literally took all of my leave because I could not take leave in December because they were scheduled. So there's different times you can take different vacations. So I took a very nice long vacation in April, something my body obviously needed. And while I was doing that, I was also doing intermittent fasting, and I almost lost 20 kgs in the question of less than 2 months, and it was a lot for my body to handle, but I wanted to because we and two of our best friends decided to go to Moorgates in January 2020. Long story short, that didn't plan out because I then fell pregnant in April, May-ish. And then February, March. Yeah, April, May-ish. Not sure when. Somewhere there. Somewhere in my vacation. And at first we were like freaking out because your extra mouth to feed, babies are expensive. Do we even want to be parents? Are we ready to be parents? Can we take on the stress? How is it going to work? Because when I worked at Mediclinic, it was shifts. So you had a 12-hour shift and a 6-hour shift. So there was no stability in that sense at all. How will it work with baby care center? Will there be a baby care center? What are we going to do? How are we going to pay for everything? Luckily, I had a very good medical aid working at Mediclinic, which it was an amazing medical aid. Cost me 6,000 rand, but it was a very, very good medical aid. Top notch, actually. And so fell pregnant and went for the scan, heard his heartbeat for the first time. Ariane was in tears. I was shocked and all. I'm not really sure what else emotion, but there was some sort of out of the emotion. And I just knew when I heard that heartbeat that there's no way that I will leave this child alone. Like, this is my child and I'm gonna love him to bits, him or her, and if anybody hurts him or her, they're gonna die. So, and that's how our journey started. We then went for a weekend out of the province because we were so scared to tell our parents that we were pregnant. So we went to our friends in Northwest Potchefstroom, stayed there for a weekend. Rian had a very nice care. They had gin and everything. I couldn't drink because I was pregnant. And the Saturday morning, we decided to call our parents. So we called my mum and dad, and they were like, oh, this is amazing news. I was so happy and elated and delighted and excited, and I was like, I thought you guys were the ones who were going to freak out about this, but apparently not. So no, they were happy about that. Called Rian's parents. Oh my word, they were just like, can you give us a moment, we'll call you back. I was so glad we were out of the province. So they were shocked and frightened and scared. I think they were more worried about our finances than anything else. Obviously we were worried too, but they came around. They're fine now. So yeah, that is how we actually told them, and we went for a lot of checkups. We did the whole shebang. I read up on what's the best way to be healthy while you're pregnant, what to do, what not to do, and I was very strict about it. very strict about it. Um, Stopped my coffee intake completely. Almost died because I didn't take coffee anymore, but it's okay. Um, and about 4, 5, 6 months in, I started to become very sick, and I was like, oh, it's just morning sickness. It's normal. Not the amount of sickness that you get. Morning sickness is morning, usually, not after every meal. And got very intense pain in my side, and I told anyone, please, I have to go to the doctor. Luckily, we had a very good medical aid. So we went to the emergency center, and they did scans and everything. Turned out I had gallstones due to the very fast weight loss that I had. And I was still losing weight even while I was pregnant. I wasn't really gaining anything. Obviously, I was in hospital for about a few days. They were just checking, how everything went. Was there any infection? What to do? What is the next steps? And then they sent me home and they said, if it comes back, we are going to have to remove the gallstones and maybe your gallbladder. But we have to do this before your 3rd trimester. Otherwise, it's going to be issues for you and your baby. Within 2 weeks' time, I was in pain again. Started all over again. Didn't really gain any weight. Got sick everywhere. And I couldn't even hold my own food down. I couldn't even look at food. So went to the emergency center again. Actually, no, I just booked myself in. I literally went from in at my shift, called it out and said, listen, I'm going to book myself in. And I'm going to get this removed now because I cannot live like this. And yeah, booked myself in, got my obstetrician or gynae, whatever you want to call them, also a surgeon. They came to look at me, and they were like, nope, it's gonna come out, we're gonna do it tomorrow, it's necessary. And it was just before my 3rd trimester, so it was definitely necessary to do it as fast as possible, because not only was the weight loss bad for me, it was also bad for the baby. And yeah, I had it removed. It wasn't that bad. So still have the scars to prove it. Got the staples removed after a week or 2, and I was all healed up. I could eat again. I could, drink water. I could eat. I could eat again. Like, I actually gained weight, and it was actually good for the pregnancy. Definitely, best decision I made. And yeah, and so we got ready for for the C-section, because there's no way I'm going to do natural labor. Sorry, people. Not my type of thing. Also, they told me I'm too short anyway. I'm like 1.57. I'm very, very short. Chances are big that I would have gone into an emergency C-section, or something else would have happened. So yes, opted for a C-section. And about a week before the C-section was scheduled for the 21st of January, my obstetrician called me and said, listen, it's my birthday, the 21st of January. I do not want to work 21st of January. Can we please move your C-section to the 20th of Jan? I was like, oh my god. So one day early. I wasn't ready. It was a week beforehand and I wasn't ready. So yeah, got packing, mentally prepared myself. I was a wreck. Got there at I had to be there at 2 p.m, but the C-section was only going to be at 5 p.m. Yeah, so they put in the drip. I struggled to find any vein because of the stress. So it poked me a few times to get that right. And got the medications. I'm allergic to penicillin, so they pumped me up with other stuff. And then when they took me in for the anesthesia. Your I don't know what it was, but when they pumped something into my vein, it burned like hell and back, and then it made me nauseous. But they said it was normal, so it's okay. And then I went for the, I'm not sure if you call it an epidural, but you know the thing that goes in your back, you know? Yeah, I had 3 needles in my back, 3 or 4, yeah. Um, and that was agonizing pain, getting a needle stuck in your back. Oh, and nobody ever explains this to you. Everybody says pregnancy and childbirth, it's so beautiful. Nobody tells you it's gonna hurt like hell and back, and you will not want another one if you know the pain. So no, um, guys, please be prepared. Childbirth is childbirth is painful, whether you do natural or C-section. It's painful. It really is. Yeah, and went in. I was still lying there. They were checking if I was, couldn't feel anything from my, can I say, my back down. Couldn't feel anything because I was still lying there waiting for something to happen. And then I was like, oh, we're done. And I heard Zane crying, and they gave him to me, and I was like, oh, that was fast. Within 15 minutes or less, I was cut open. They took him out, and then they went to go check him to see if he's healthy and everything. Then they took him to the incubator with Rian because Rian was in the theater with me, and they took him up so he can have father a son time, to skin and everything with them, and also to check his saturation and his oxygen levels and everything like that. I was left at the back in the theater still. They were closing me up, and in the process I was getting very nauseous. I vomited, and I was everything in my hair. It was disgusting. And then I got the chills, so I started shaking of the anesthesia, which is quite a normal symptom to have. I shaked a lot. Like I looked at as if I was going into hypothermia. Yeah, so yeah, and then we tried to breastfeed. Didn't go as well because C-section. So we opted for bottle, and then we obviously did keep on trying for breastfeeding, but 4 months in, it's not nice. Like, I wanted to have my body to myself, and I wanted to feel clean, and not get a leak every time I just hear a baby cry or I just look at a baby. Or so yeah, 4 months in, I was anyway about to go back to work. Let's stop the breastfeeding thing now, and you can just stay on his bottle because he was doing bottle feeding anyway as well. Yeah, so did that, and then came the pandemic, and I think it really started in January 2020, but we didn't really hear about it, and we didn't really care because there wasn't lockdown. But then when lockdown started, it was the time I needed to go back to work. The baby care centers were closed, schools were closed, and I was one of the people that had to go to work because I work at a hospital. So there's problem number one. So the last bit of leave that I actually had, I asked him, listen, can I please just take the leave? Just until the baby care centers are open. I cannot leave him with somebody. There's nobody here that can take care of him. I'm not going to leave him with my parents all the way in Nigel and Johannesburg, because when will I see my son? And he's only 4 months old. I'm not going to leave him with my in-laws, because she is also one of the people that has to go in and out of hospitals, and everybody in my family had COVID once or twice already. So took the leave was over, asked for non-paid leave. They didn't accept, and in the end I had to choose, was it going to be my son or was it going to be my work? And I opted for my son because he's only 4 months old. And I quit. But then that means I was breaking a contract because of maternity leave, and I then worked 6 months back. So now I owe Mediclinic, I think 30,000 Rand, if not more. So yeah, that's the long and short of it. And that's how I became a stay-at-home mom. So I tried a few things to actually become, how can I say, stable and bring an income, because I was always an independent person, always determined, always wanted to do something with my life. I didn't want to just be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be a super mom. I wanted to be the boss mom. I wanted to do everything. And obviously it is overwhelming at times, but it's necessary. So I actually tried an online shop, where you buy those e-commerce shops. My in-laws helped me with the money. Dumbest decision I ever made, because what they don't tell you is that you start to set up the whole shop, make your own logo, figure out how it works. You have to do your payment methods all on your own. There is small training videos, but it's difficult, and especially if you're a new mom and you're exhausted and you're stressed, it's not going to happen. So that thing failed. And then in 2021, my mother-in-law got me into contact with somebody that she knows that does CBD products. Best thing I ever did. Well, one of the best things I ever did. I got chatting, was free to join, and I started to sell CBD products, supplements, and everything. And I actually have some of them right here. Let me just see. So here is the oil. That's the oil. Yeah, good for pain, stress, anxiety, sleeplessness, because it is an indica strain. So it's very, very good for sleeplessness. And if you take it at night, it works even better. These are pure, organic, non-toxic, cruelty-free, chemical-free, effective. And it's made by Michelle Campbell, which actually was a top billing presenter back in the day. I don't know, because I've never watched top billing. And she has a master in herbalism, and she also works with a team that has over 30 years experience in total. So everything is tried and tasted. There's almost 75% pure CBD in this alone, and it is made with the heat extraction, so there's no alcohol in it. That's why it's safe for animals, babies, children, anybody of all ages. And the nice thing is, because it is organic, it doesn't, what can I say, affect any prescription medication or pharmaceutical medication. And then obviously there's a lot of other supplements as well, like Chancapedra. This has helped my husband with his kidney stones, and I wish I had this when I had gallstones, but I didn't. But he doesn't have kidney stones because of this. He went to the hospital at least 3 times since we had medical aid in the last couple of years, just to have them removed. He had a stain in and everything, and it just kept coming back. And once he used this, it's empty now because he used it, but it was done. And Chancapedra is also an organic thing. And then let me just get the rest here. Where is it now? Oh, there we go. So then we have the Dopa Makuna, which is also something that we use. Mostly Rian uses because he struggles with stress and anxiety. I have learned coping mechanisms over the few years of times, especially since I've been into a mental health center for about 3 times in my life already, because I've been struggling with depression and anxiety. And every time I went there, I actually learned something new, coping skills and everything. Went on to medications. Side note, I am off all my medications. I do not take any prescriptions anymore. I only use the CBD products and some of my other products, and that's what I use. When I fell pregnant with Zane, I had to leave all my prescriptions because most of them had very bad side effects when it came to being pregnant. So Remember, prescription medication, pharmaceutical medication, always has a side effect. And for each side effect, they give you more medication. Let's rather switch to holistic and organic options. I think it will be better for all of us. So yeah, dopamine helps with stress, anxiety, helps with depression, helps with a little bit with sleep, but just mainly dopamine. It helps with your dopamine levels in your brain. Then we also have, this is some of the stuff that we actually use that I have in my house. This was the CBD whitening healing toothpaste. See, white teeth. Yes, that's what it does. It also helps with any cavities or pain. Um, what actually helped me was because my wisdom teeth was coming out in December, and it's actually still there. But I used this. That's why it's empty. And I just rubbed it on. It has cloves in it. Um, it has activated charcoal in it. Let's see here. It also has bentonite clay, peppermint essential oil. That's for just to smell nice. And organic toothpaste. But this is fluoride free. So you can actually give this to children. And fluoride actually has a lot of bad side effects for your body. I'm not sure if you know, but it's one of the leading causes for many cancers and heart disease. So if you can go fluoride free, it will be better for you and your family. Then we also have something else I actually used was the 4-in-1 diet and detox. I used this in September, October. There's a month's supply in it. And the main ingredients in it is shatavari, hudia, ashwagandha, and cayenne pepper. And this you actually use to curb your appetite, reduce cravings, and speed up your metabolism. And you just take 3 in the morning and 2 at lunch. I actually lost about 4 or 5 kgs on this in 1 month alone. Never got to buying another one, but I will definitely look into that. Also helps with hormone balance, especially in women with menopause. Helps with, and because it helps with hormone balance, it also helps with your mental health balance because hormones are in your brain. And that includes your dopamine levels, your serotonin levels, anything like that. Yeah, it's very, very good. And the cayenne pepper is a good anti-inflammation if you also have issues with your guts. And in the end, it also gives you amazing energy. Energy helps a lot. Then, I think one of the last things that I actually have here, I have a lot more, but I just didn't take it out now. Then we have the pain gel. This is a remarkable thing that literally helps with any pain, whether it's a headache, whether it is some sort of back pain or a muscle ache, or you name it, it helps for it. If you have a headache, you just put it on your temples, it goes away. If you have any sort of joint pains, this actually does the trick. It does help. So your ingredients in this will be is arnica, horsetail, cayenne pepper, cannabis indica, which is our special sauce, and then obviously the essential oil. And then you just literally just rub it on, and this helps for any kind of muscle or joint pain. But I've also found that it helps with my headaches, especially when I'm out of my CBD oil. I just use this on my on my temps, and it actually help. And that's just one of the things that I do. That is the Green Cat products, and there's over 3 shops in South Africa. PE, I'm gonna lie now because I can't even remember, but there's one in Cape Town, there's one in PE, and there's one in St. Francis Bay. And yeah, they also do a lot of other treatments. They have body scans where they can actually scan your body for what hormones you need, what nutrients and vitamins are actually necessary in your body. If you have any sort of disease or illness, they have something called a RAFE treatment, which sends out a sound wave or frequency that is equal to the frequency that that certain cell makes. So every cell in your body makes a frequency, and a sick cell, a specific diseased cell, or a virus cell has its own frequency it makes. So the rave treatment actually sends out a pulse of frequency into the cell, breaking it down, and then taking away and curing you in the end. It's all holistic, um, no pharmaceuticals, no weird stuff. And it works. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do that, but that is only in at the stores, because one of the machines costs about 7,000 rand if you want to keep it in your house. But it's an amazing machine to have, and I definitely think if you have a spa or something to look into, um, because it's you can actually travel with it. You can take it to people's homes, put it in your own home. Um, Really, it's a good investment. And then I also have something else. I have a few other businesses. Obviously, we have Mellow Mantis. Mellow Mantis is the one with all the products. Um, and then one of the other products that we do is Organo. It's this. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but look at this beautiful embossing. Like, look at that. Look at that embossing. This is such beautiful packaging. So Organo has been around for over 13 years, but only came to South Africa at around 2019. I'm lying, 2015. Um, so it's a worldwide company. We are in over 40 countries, and we are adding Botswana now to the list as well. Um, yeah, so it's a growing company. It's very, very, what can I say? If you're an opportunist, it's a great challenge. So we sell these products. We have coffees, we have teas, we have cappuccinos, we have hot chocolate, we have mocha chocolate. But it's not just beverages. They actually have amazing health benefits. So some of our products are actually known to help with weight loss is the main factor because of the special ingredient, the Ganoderma lucidum, which is also called the reishi mushroom and was used in Chinese medicine about 2,000 years ago. That was only served for royalty. But now we have a patented own farmland where we farm them naturally and organically, and we have it certified and tested for quality. And we infuse this Ganoderma lucidum into all of our products, which gives you all the amazing health benefits that you need. So it's not just a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a hot chocolate or a cappuccino. It's something that will change your health and boost your immune system and help you with pain and anxiety. Some of our products have been known to help with fertility, especially with the people that have struggled with IVF for years on end. After a month or two on the products, they fell pregnant, and one of them have actually started selling the products herself. She is a product of the product, and they're trying out for baby number two again on the same products, not wasting money on IVF. um, we have our products have been known to help with autism, ADD, ADHD, blood sugar levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, cancer. We have a few that actually said they um, have found relief with MS. We have people that, um, yes, PCOS, menopause, PMS, migraines, headaches, allergies, sinus, you name it, it can do it. And it's just one cup a day that you can actually do it. All comes in a very nice sachets. Mine is empty, full of emptiness. Yeah, I drank my box. This is the black coffee. So if you like a nice strong black coffee, obviously you can change it up. You can make it lighter, you can make it stronger depending on how you throw in the water, and all like that. But this is called, it's a dark, bold, strong roast. Um, and it is delicious. You just drink it like that. If you want to add milk and sugar, you can, but obviously if you maybe want to use it for weight loss, not a good idea to add milk and sugar, but it is delicious without it. um I'm not sure if you can see there, but that is the amount of the energy energy kilojoules per serving is only 47. Your protein in grams per serving is 0.7. Your carbs in grams per portion is only 2, and there's no sugar in it. Your total fat is 0, saturated fat is 0, dietary fiber per portion 0.1, and your sodium is only 3. And this is really an amazing product. As I say, we are worldwide. There's over 40 countries, so wherever there is a warehouse, it you can get it, you can buy it. That's the whole point of it. So you can actually um, either buy these yourself to use, sell them for a commission, and then also there's a business side where you can actually build your own team, help each other out, motivate each other, support, and as I say, create your own empire. You create your own income within the company. And no, it's not a pyramid scheme. I know people think, pyramid. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. It doesn't work like that because it doesn't collapse when someone falls out. There's multi ways to create the income. There's over 7 ways in Organo alone to create the income. Only one is the product. And we also do have the skincares. We have decaf. We have something for all ages. It's safe for pregnant women, safe for breastfeeding women, safe if you're also on any prescription medications, as it is organic, it's vegan, it's lactose free, it's kosher, it's halal, and it is the best coffee you will ever drink in your life. It's made from the Arabica and the Robusta beans, from Malaysian coffee beans, which are the top quality of coffee beans that you will ever find. And the fun thing is, it is coffee and tea. What person does not, first thing in the morning, go to their kettle, switch it on, and make themselves a cup of coffee or a cup of tea? I mean, I know I do. And I know that I cannot live without my coffee. But I also know that when I used, let's say, Nescafe and Jacobs, I could feel it wearing off. You had a buzz, you got jitters, heart palpitations. You didn't feel lacquer, especially if you had 3 or 4 cups already, because you need to keep having them, because otherwise your energy goes away, your buzz goes away. But with Organo, it's different. You don't get heart palpitations, you don't get the buzz, you don't get jitters, you don't get a collapse in energy. It's a full day on thing, and it is delicious. The Ganoderma lucidum actually prevents the negative effects that caffeine has on you. So even if you have had it, it won't be the negative effects that your Jacobs or your Nescafe actually gives you. For instance, your Jacobs or Nescafe has between 300 and 500 grams of caffeine in it, one serving, where your Organo maximum 200 in one serving. And with the added health benefits, it improves your health, it helps you stay healthy, it helps you to heal. We have had people that said when they were sick with COVID or bronchitis or whatever, what have you, it actually helped them to heal. And that is the whole point of it. This is why I'm doing it, because I love helping people, and I love healing people, and I love helping people become financially stable, because that is what I want to be. And I know it is possible because I have a whole lot of team members that have become debt free. They're financially stable. They bought houses, they bought cars, they could pay in advance for all of their child's school fees. They go on vacation 4 or 5 times a year, and they have the best life. And I know it's possible because they've only been in for 2 or 3 years. Imagine if I had done this when I just got out of university. Imagine where I would have been. Unfortunately, it didn't come to me by then, but it did last year, and I started it last year. Multiple times I said no, pyramid scheme. Don't want to do that. I know pyramid schemes, but somebody actually posted on Facebook. I asked her for more information, and it dawned on me that this isn't just, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's not your Network 24, it's not your Amway, it's not your Boltron. This is a product that works with a supporting team that actually help each other out, with amazing resources and training available, and it's worldwide, and it's already steadfast. The foundation is already laid. You just have to jump in and build your own business on the foundation that is laid for you. And that is the thing that got me, because I want to be able to tell my boy, if he says, hey, I want to go somewhere, hey, I want that, not to spoil him, but to say, yes, we can absolutely get you that. I do not want to be the parent that says, I'm sorry, we can't because we don't have money. And obviously everybody struggles, there is hard times, but you don't have to stay in those hard times. It's just a mindset change. It's just that leap of faith that you have to take. And yes, hard work. Yes, consistency. Because without those things, you won't be successful in anything that you do. Definitely not selling these products or growing your team. But if you do have what it takes, if you have the consistency, if you have the hard work, and you are, I mean, you can do this full time, you can do this half time, you can, if you are on Facebook right now and you're not making an income in any way, you are wasting your time. If you do not do a thing to improve your future, to improve your wealth, to improve your health in this moment right now, then why are you doing it? Because you are wasting your time. You could have been making money. You could have exercised. You could have done something. And the average millionaire out there has 5 to 7 active flows of income. Organa has 7 ways of making money. And then I have my CBD products as well. So I'm not alone. Hey! Say hello to my little boy. He just woke up from a very nice nap. Say hello. Oh, like a diddy cock. So that is it. And then with Organa, you build your business. You get a website. You get links. You get support. You get motivation. You get challenges. You get training. You get guides. You are not alone ever. And then obviously, hey, I love you. Kom sit by my. Kom sit by my. Come here, so. Then obviously I also did do the Unique Rooibos products. I just started in that, so I'm not going to go on much about it. Everybody knows Unique, everybody knows Rooibos. Has been around for hundreds of years. And the person that actually started Unique was Dr. Unique. And she had a little baby that was struggling with allergies when it came to milk. She put the Rooibos in the coffee, in the baby's milk, against all better judgments. And for the first time, that child did not cry, could actually keep their milk in, had no reflux, had no pain. And that is how Nick started. And from now we have various teas, we have herbal teas, we have skincare products, we have beauty products, and it's also organic, and we are in many countries as well. And you can also become a reseller for that. You can actually also sell those for a very good commission and also build your own team. But I'm not going to go dabble into that because I'm still in training for that. I'm still sort of building onto that. Yeah, so that's Mellow Mantis. And then we have something that new I created on Saturday. It actually came because a bunch of my people, my team members in Organo as well as in Green Cat with the CBD products, have requested me to create ads for them. Normal ads. Just a post, just a page. And after Ariane and I had a very long talk where the highlight of the conversation was, your time is your money and you should ask people for money, because it is a service that you give. You are an entrepreneur, and you should grab that by the horns. It is an opportunity to make money. So, a light bulb moment, thanks to my wonderful husband or partner. And today we have Divine Designs by Danette, which is my new endeavor, but not my main endeavor, where I basically create ads and posts, social media ads, digital marketing, brochures, pamphlets, pricing manuals, blog posts, even websites for various people. And I have very cheap prices, and it's something that I enjoy to do because it keeps my mind busy with creativity. So I'm actually already busy with somebody who wants me to do a little video for her products, as well as her recruitment, which is also an organo. I'm going to do a freebie for my mother-in-law because she has her own company with her office supplies and her cleaning supplies, medical supplies, stationery, you name it, she does it. Do a little something for her so she can post it on her Instagram. And yeah, it's just the fact that I love staying busy, and I love doing things, and I want to help others, but I also want to be a millionaire one day. I know it's the stupidest thing to say. I know money isn't everything, but the one way to do that is to get 5 to 7 active flows of income, and I'm focusing on them daily. So when I'm done here, I have to schedule my posts for the week because I haven't done so yet, because the weekend went by and I was researching ways to improve my own social media and to improve my posting, and to, because I not only have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have TikTok. So yeah, being a stay-at-home mom, a working stay-at-home mom, I don't have a 9 to 5, but I work 24/7. Last night or this morning I went to bed at 2:30 because I was busy with my business, because yesterday all day long I was busy with Zane, and we went outside. We played for 4 hours outside. We got him pet snails, the snails that we actually found in the garden. Got a little tub, made a little garden inside, researched what to feed them, how to keep them alive and happy, hopefully. And now he has pet snails as well. And yeah, so being a stay-at-home mom, you have many hats. It's not just a mom, and being a working stay-at-home mom is not just a mom. You're a mom, you're a boss, because I have people working under me as my recruits and my team members. I'm a CEO because I have my own companies. I am an entrepreneur. I am the chef. I am the cleaning lady. I am sometimes the plumber. Sometimes I'm the electrician. Sometimes I'm the handyman. If you have a pool, you're probably the pool boy too. Plus, I am a partner. I am a woman. I'm an individual. And you try to be all these things. You try to wear all these hats. It can be overwhelming. That's why you need a support system. You can actually chat to people about them and let them know, listen here, I'm not doing well today, or just can't today, or just take a breath. You don't have to quit. Just take a breath. Step away, take a breath, come back when you're ready, but don't quit. Because when you quit, when whatever you do, you're gonna have to start over all again. And then where could you have been if you hadn't quit? So everything doesn't have to be perfect. I cleaned yesterday. It's not perfect, but it's clean. Did the laundry. It's not perfect, but it's done. Everything doesn't have to be perfect, because if you want perfection, you are going to get overwhelmed. You are going to get drained. You're going to struggle. Just do it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just show up. Just start. Just try. All right. So that was something from me, my little intro as to who I am. well, who I am right now, and a little bit about my businesses. And if you guys need any more information on any of my businesses, any of the products, how to become part of the team, how to make that extra income, as I say, full-time, half-time, doesn't matter, you can do it. Let me know. Also, if you're a mom with a little toddler boy, can you please organize a play date? Mama needs a break. Enjoy your day.